I thought beets were one of the easiest vegetables to grow, until I kept pulling tiny, woody roots out of the ground. After a lot of trial and error, I discovered there are a few mistakes almost every beginner makes, and fixing them completely changed my harvest.
Before we get started, save this video for planting season and subscribe for simple gardening tips that actually work. And tell me in the comments, what's your favorite way to eat beets?
Most people think growing beets is as simple as planting a seed and waiting. That's exactly what I believed.
But instead of harvesting large, sweet beets, I ended up with tiny roots, lots of leaves, and plants that never reached their full potential.
Once I learned what beets actually need, everything changed. The very first thing I pay attention to is when I plant them.
Beets are cool season vegetables. I sow mine in early spring for a summer harvest, or in late summer for a fall crop.
If the weather gets too hot, the plants often bolt, which means they focus on making flowers instead of growing roots.
The next thing, and probably the biggest secret to growing great beets, is the soil. If your garden has hard clay, rocks, or compacted dirt, your beets can't expand properly.
Instead of growing round and smooth, they'll stay small or become twisted. Before planting, I loosen the soil about 8 to 10 inches deep and mix in compost.
That gives the roots plenty of room to grow while providing the nutrients they need. When I plant the seeds, I place them about ½ inch deep and around 1 inch apart.
Here's something that surprised me. A single beet seed usually grows more than one seedling.
If you leave them crowded together, they'll compete for space, and none of them will grow very well.
Once they're a couple of inches tall, I thin them until each plant has about 3 to 4 inches of space.
Instead of pulling the extras, I snip them with scissors so I don't disturb the roots nearby. And those baby greens, they're actually delicious in salads.
Another thing I never overlook is sunlight. I always choose a spot that gets at least 6 hours of direct sun every day.
More sunlight usually means sweeter roots, healthier leaves, and faster growth. Now let's talk about watering, because this is where many gardeners accidentally ruin their harvest.
Beets don't like constantly soggy soil, but they also hate drying out. Instead of watering on a schedule, I check the soil with my finger.
If the top inch feels dry, it's time to water. Keeping the soil consistently moist helps prevent woody, bitter roots.
I also used to think more fertilizer meant bigger vegetables. It doesn't. Too much nitrogen produces beautiful leafy tops, but very small roots.
Now I use compost when planting, followed by a fertilizer that's lower in nitrogen and higher in phosphorus and potassium.
That encourages the plant to put its energy into growing the root instead of just the leaves. Even with good care, problems can still happen.
If your beets have lots of leaves but tiny roots, too much nitrogen is usually the reason. Misshapen beets often mean the soil is compacted or the plants are overcrowded.
Yellow leaves, brown spots, or curling foliage could point to pests or disease, so it's always worth checking plants regularly before the problem spreads.
One thing many gardeners don't realize is that bigger isn't always better. The sweetest, most tender beets are usually harvested when they're only 1 to 3 inches across.
Waiting too long can leave you with tougher, woodier roots. And don't throw away the greens. They're packed with nutrients and taste great sauté or tossed into fresh salads.
If you don't have a big garden, don't worry. I've grown beets successfully in containers too. Just make sure the pot is at least 6 inches deep and place it somewhere sunny.
Finally, I like planting beets alongside onions, garlic, lettuce, and cabbage because they make great companion plants and help maximize space in the garden.
Growing amazing beets really comes down to a few simple habits: loose soil, proper spacing, steady watering, and balanced feeding.
Whenever I'm unsure about watering, nutrient deficiencies, pests, or diseases, I use Plant USAA to quickly identify problems and figure out exactly what my plants need. If this video helped you, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more practical gardening tips, and let me know in the comments, are you growing red beets, golden beets, or another variety this year?
Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.